Hi, I'm Frank Costella Jr., President and CEO of the Dutchess County Regional Chamber of Commerce. And here we are on our Flavor of the Month with Crew Restaurant and Bar, the proprietors and owners, both Tom and Becky Kacherski. Thank you both for coming in and joining us here on the Flavor of the Month.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for being our Flavor of the Month, first of all, and also ask you, how did you get into this business?
Well, about 8 years ago, we saw an opportunity available, and we seized it and took Crew over after it had been closed and reopened it with us and our flavors.
And I think it says a lot about you, Tom, because you're a chef, culinary trained,
yes,
and you've been in the restaurant business for a good many years, and you were able to take something that was existing and really compound on it and grow it and build it into something now, I believe, is a very strong market share here in the Hudson Valley region. When I think of restaurants in my top 10 list, I always think of Crew because of your menu. You've got a tremendous menu and a great venue, which leads me into some new expansions that you have right now. You've just expanded your footprint over in your location. Before I get into that, though, I want to ask where your location is, just for our viewers' sake.
That's 2290 South Road, about 3.5 miles south of the city of Poughkeepsie on Route 9. Right across from Dutchess Dodge.
And as I said, you're opening up a new portion of your restaurant, and you're expanding your footprint, and it'll give you the ability to have parties. Tell us, what's the size of the space that you're now into? And
we have a private event space now that can handle up to about 50 people for any kind of private event you'd like to have. There's a separate entrance, separate bathroom, separate kitchen, so any kind of event can go on without any effect of what happens at Crew.
So about how many people would this suit?
50.
50 comfortably.
Yeah.
And your menu from Crew obviously would transpose over there, but you can also do a customized menu.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a couple of packages put together, but we can do anything. We're all culinary trained, so in terms of the level of food, it's really up to the guest and what kind of party they want to have.
Right, and what I love about your room, it's not just in the restaurant, and I can remember years past, you've always catered parties there in that location, but you didn't have the extra space, so oftentimes you had to close the restaurant. So now you have the ability to open up a fresh new space,
yes,
and it's private. If it's off to the side, like you said, there's private bathrums and
separate entrance,
yeah, separate entrance in there,
accessible.
And it's actually a really beautiful space. My understanding, you had quite a bit of a touch to put on that.
Yeah, it's mostly
I did.
all her.
Yeah, it was.
So let's talk about Crew's menu. Why do you think Crew's menu has been such a success here in the Hudson Valley?
Well, I think because we're dedicated to using as much local product as possible and healthy products, and I base the entire menu and operation on as much local as possible.
And I think that's so important for our viewers to know, is that you are using local products,
yes,
because there is such an emphasis on that today in our daily lives. You know, we're so busy that we oftentimes don't pay attention to that. And, you know, I do see it on your menu. And you also have some choice items on that menu, I think, that you can't get anywhere else.
That's correct.
And let's talk about some of those items.
Well, we have a lot of choices on the menu. So if someone wanted to just come in and have a salad, they can do that. Or if someone wanted to come in and have, filet mignon. Or if you're going with a group, then people have choices,
Right, and I think that's great to know, in that there is such a significant amount of choice on your menu that you can please just about every palate.
Yeah, it's an eclectic mix, focusing primarily on Italian, French, American, a little Asian, and Latin mixed in also.
So it's really a fusion menu.
It is, but the actual items aren't necessarily fusion. There's just
right,
a lot of different things, so it keeps us interested and keeps the chef's creativity flowing, because we do a lot of daily specials, and they could consist of anything from any region of the world.
So what are some of the local favorites on your menu?
Probably our
Orchietti.
Chicken breast, the orchietti pasta, the duck, the filet.
Yeah, I think the duck is certainly my top favorite.
Taco.
Tuna tacos are a big popular appetizer.
We just brought the duck salad back.
Now, I'm a dessert person, and I have to say, you have some of the best desserts in the Hudson Valley.
Now, they're all made in-house.
And what are the most popular that you have? Because I'm going to tell you what mine is. And go ahead, you first.
The bread pudding.
French toast bread pudding is probably one of the most popular ones now.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that. French
Yeah.
toast bread pudding. I have to ask you, what do you attribute the success of Crew to?
I think that we have a wonderful staff. The chefs are all CIA trained, which is incredible because they can bring. They all have different ideas, and they bring. Each one has, such great ideas, and they, conglomerate and, just do wonderful specials. And the front of the house staff, the girls and the gentlemen that work the front, are just incredible, and they take very good care of the customers, and there's just a lively, upbeat feeling to Crew when you come in.
Yeah, and I think the fact that the both of you are both there, present, makes such a big difference.
Makes a big difference, I think,
Yeah.
too. Plus, with the open kitchen and being able to watch all of it happen, all the cooking's done right out front in the open, so you can't hide anything. People sit there and they like to watch because they can see their steak come out of the drawer, get seasoned, go on the grill. And I think that's important.
Yeah, everything's open. So
Website. Can you tell our viewers what your website is?
www.crewrestaurant.com.
That's www.crewrestaurant.com. And I want to thank you both for coming in and being our Flavor of the Month this month. And thank you for tuning in on the Flavor of the Month.